Hi everyone, welcome to my first Q&A video. Today is going to just be a sit-down Q&A video where I'll just tell you a bit more about my life or things I've experienced. Of course, this is not going to be the only Q&A video that I'll ever do. If I didn't talk about anything that you guys have been asking me to share, don't worry, those will definitely come in future videos also. Today I have a list of questions or things I want to share with you guys. Let's get started. Just a little bit of background about me first. I'm in my 20s. I graduated from university a few years ago, and ever since I've been working full-time. I am a consultant, so I am always in contact with a lot of my clients as well as my bosses. I have a lot of stakeholders that I report to. For that, I actually have two phones. One is the iPhone 14 Pro Max as well as the iPhone 15 Pro. I use the iPhone 14 Pro Max as my personal phone, and then the iPhone 15 Pro is my work phone. I've always had two phones since I was in JC, but it was more of like one phone for my main usage and then the other phone was more for like gaming and watching videos. But now that I have joined the corporate world, I just use one as a work phone and one as a personal phone. Since I interact a lot with a lot of clients, the messages might get a bit too clouded if my whole phone is just full of messages from everyone, be it clients, colleagues, bosses, family, friends. I will get a bit overwhelmed, so I decided it was best if I can actually separate both so that there is some kind of boundary, and I think setting boundaries is very important. Let me tell you a few differences between the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Why I use the iPhone 15 Pro as my main work phone is because since I use it daily and I use it a lot, it is actually more comfortable to hold in my hands because it's not too big. My hand is not that big. When I need to type with one hand, right, the 15 Pro is just nice. If I use the Pro Max and I try to type with one hand, my finger cannot reach the opposite end of the keyboard. That's one. And also the Pro is lighter. It fits better into my pocket. One of the sad things is that because I use my work phone, which is the 15 Pro, so much, I need to bring a portable charger with me out when I go out to meet clients and all that, because the 15 Pro's battery life is really not that good. After just half a day of using my phone, it basically gets drained from maybe 100% to just 50 or 40%. It stresses me out a lot. It gives me anxiety when my phone battery percentage drops below 50%. I don't know if you guys feel that too. But the good thing is that for the Pro Max, the battery life is really super good, so I can actually use it for a really long time and the battery won't drain as fast. I think as an everyday phone, right, if you need that kind of long-lasting battery, then maybe the Pro Max would be a better option. How do I get my work done and actually keep all the stakeholders happy as much as I can? One way is that I am very accountable. So if people message me or email me to ask me questions or to ask me to do something, I don't ignore it and I will actually try and work on it as fast as possible or as immediately as possible whenever I can. For example, if I am outside meeting clients and then somebody sends me a request to do something, if it is possible to be done on my phone, I will get it done when I'm on public transport. But then if it's not possible, such that I need to use my laptop but I'm on the go and cannot really use my laptop that easily, I'll wait until I get back to my desk in office and then I will just do it ASAP so that there are no delays as much as possible. That's why even on WhatsApp, I use WhatsApp actually to communicate quite a lot with people. You know, WhatsApp has this blue tick function where you can choose to turn it on or off. If you turn it on, then people can see whether you have read their message as it will appear as the blue tick, right? So I don't turn that off. My blue tick is on. So you will be able to see very clearly whether I've read your message or not, because I feel that there's nothing to hide. If I read your message, I will reply you. For me, I'm okay with just leaving my blue tick on so that people will know that I'm accountable. You know, I've read your message and I will reply you. This top is from Love Bonito and I think the quality is really so good and it feels so nice to the touch, but something is a bit off with this drink here. No matter how I always try to keep it inside, it will just somehow show itself after a while. But I personally don't buy Love Bonito that often. All these years I felt that Love Bonito's designs were a bit too mature for me, but now that I'm getting older, maybe their designs will start suiting me better. And also I feel that their clothes are a bit more on the expensive side as compared to my favorite blog shop, which is Lovette. Another question I've been getting quite a lot is whether I am super rich. Everything that you see that I buy for myself to eat, to use and all that, that's all with my own money. I work and then I use that money to buy things for myself. Being able to just provide for yourself and depend on yourself is something that we can all be proud of. I'm actually very glad to be able to have a job because this way I get to contribute to society and the economy in some way so that I can add value and provide services to people. well. But then of course, I guess the money that I earn and then when I spend it to buy things, I guess that also helps stimulate the economy a bit, right? Okay, fun fact, I'm actually filming this on a Sunday right now, but I actually wanted to do some reports today, so I think I better wrap up this video as soon as possible so that I can go and get some reports done. I will be doing another video separately with regard to my house, like how much I spent on the renovation, on the furniture, what are some of the design considerations I had when doing the renovation, and also maybe show you a little bit of a house tour and the process of buying the house. I didn't have a real estate agent when I was purchasing this house. As a buyer, right, I don't really need an agent unless I have a house to sell, and then I will need an agent for that because I need the agent to help me market the house, list the house, negotiate with buyers, handle the viewings. But since I was just a buyer, I didn't think I needed an agent. I was just liaising with the seller's agent the entire time. Honestly, it stressed me out quite a bit because it's like that agent was pretty much unresponsive. A lot of things that she said she would do, whenever she said that, oh, she would do it by tomorrow, then she would not actually do it, and then we would have to chase her, which also felt quite stressful on my part. She would take an extra week or an extra 3-4 days to get it done, and then also a lot of the appointments and the meetings to settle the documents and all, it was all to the agent's availability. Everything was to her convenience. We would go to her place of convenience to meet her to like get some papers signed. We would do it at a timing that is convenient for her. When we discussed that we will meet tomorrow at 7 p.m. to sign the documents, then on that day itself, right, when we send a confirmation message and say, hey, our appointment for tonight at 7 p.m. is confirmed, right? We will be meeting there to sign the documents, right? And then she would not reply us from morning all the way until like just 2 hours before the meeting time, like about 5 p.m. And then she will say that, oh, actually, sorry, something came up and actually I'm at this mall instead. So can you come over to this mall to meet me instead? And then we would like scramble. And then after she would also last minute change the timing and say, oh, actually, I'm not available at 7. Let's make it 6:30. And then I would have to rush down from my work, like I end work at 6, right? I would have to rush down from 6 p.m. all the way to the mall just to meet her because everything was just to her convenience. So it was really stressful. But then again, maybe that's because we were not the ones paying her the commission, right? She was the seller's agent. So she didn't actually need to make life any easier for us. And there will be no repercussions because the sale still has to get done, right? Like we want to buy the house, the sellers want to sell the house. She had the upper hand right there. Plus she earned quite a lot from the commission, right? So I'm a little bit worried because I'm just thinking like if in the future I ever do want to sell this house and buy another house instead, where do I go and find a good real estate agent for me who won't make me be at their beck and call because you are providing the service, right? So it should be you cater to me. I would want a real estate agent who's also really responsive and really does things by a deadline, really knows their stuff, really knows the market, really knows how things work, really knows how to negotiate and just provide like good service all around. Here's another fun fact about me. A few years ago, right, when I first started working, I actually signed up for a gym together with my work bestie. So we had like a gym membership and we both also signed up for personal training. For me, it's because I wanted to get more toned and also just build strength. Over 1.5 years of personal training at the gym itself, I spent about close to 15k on the personal training package itself. For the first few personal training packages, it was those 5 to 8 sessions kind. Those packages cost me about $800 to $1,000. And then my personal trainer kind of convinced me to sign up for the most expensive personal training package they had in the gym. That was, I think, for 100 sessions. The cost per session would be much lower. And therefore, I paid $10,000 for that 100 sessions of personal training. Which, by the way, right, there is an expiry date on that package. So if you don't finish the 100 sessions by the expiry date, right, you'll just basically lose the remaining money. I paid one shot upfront. What happened was that because work got too busy, I usually went during lunch or I went before work at probably 7 a.m. But there was a period of time when work started getting so busy, I just didn't have time to commit that often to go for personal training at the gym. I didn't manage to finish the sessions in time before the deadline, and therefore I think I lost easily like maybe 1k worth of those sessions. It's quite hard pain, but I always take it as a lesson learned. Everything in life has to be learned, right, one day. So here's the fun fact. On top of that 10k package that I paid for the personal training, I still had to pay a monthly fee of $200 for my gym membership itself. That means in order to even enter the gym, gain access to the gym, I still had to pay that monthly membership fee. So that was another $200 every single month. And honestly, that was like really stressful on me, like financially. When I actually made known my wishes to quit the gym actually reached out to me by calling me, by emailing me, by texting me. They actually emailed me multiple times to try and offer me some discounts for the next few months worth of membership fees and all that. When I go to the gym so infrequently, it's really not worth the money. Over the past year, on average, I only go to the gym once or twice a month. On some months, if I feel extremely motivated with my work bestie and we keep going together, we would hit probably 4 times a month, but it doesn't get more than that. So actually, if you do the math, even on the months that I went 4 times, each gym session would cost me about like 50 plus effectively. My gym sessions that I went with my work bestie, we would not gym for more than half an hour because a lot of those times, the gym was super crowded. A lot of the machines were all being used. I just don't see a point anymore. They had quite a few outlets in the CBD area, but then over time they are starting to close some of their outlets here and there. And more recently, I think the one that I tend to go to quite a lot in the CBD, they are actually closing that too. I don't wish to also walk so far to another outlet just to gym. My lunchtime is precious. If I gym for half an hour, I still need time to go and eat for another half an hour. I really don't have that much time. Okay, so I think that's all for today's Q&A video. I will definitely have a part 2 or a part 3 if you guys are even interested. I hope that today's video was entertaining. Let me know in the comment section below if you have anything else that you want me to talk about or to share, and I will try to include them in my future videos. Bye!